Plastic Commander here, and we got a very fun video. I just spat everywhere. In today's video, we're not going to be looking at toy armymen specifically, but rather vehicles which are made perfectly for them. In fact, I've picked out 5 from my collection, which I have found over the years, which are just perfectly scaled in 132, or at least close to 132, that just fit toy armymen super duper well. And it's really interesting because I think a lot of these are going to be ones that you guys haven't seen before. Like some of the stuff we're going to be looking at is made for like action figures, and some other stuff is going to be just made for like scale models, but still all of these are toys nonetheless, and they all go together with armymen surprisingly really good. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video and look at the top 5 tanks, planes, vehicles, jets, helicopters, clown cars. There might be a clown car in here, I don't know. They're pretty small. How many armymen do you think you could fit in the clown car? Quite a few, right? I mean, all those clowns could fit in there. What if we had toy armymen clowns? What was I supposed to be doing?
Here they come, screaming across the sky. It's lots and lots of jets and planes. The greatest collection of aviation DVDs we've ever offered. And through this special TV offer, you can get 2 DVDs for the price of 1. You'll get to see big planes, little planes, soaring stunt and passenger planes, even planes that fly real low.
Welcome one and welcome all to another episode of Top 5. So we got a really exciting episode today. Today we're not going to be looking at little toy armymen. These are still on the table from the last video. That's embarrassing. But instead we're going to be looking at vehicles, more specifically 5 vehicles which are really interesting and not necessarily made for plastic toy armymen, but rather just they're made on their own. Either they went with action figures, or they went with or they're just standalone, like they just came by themselves. And we got a lot of interesting stuff we're gonna look at. So there's one over there I gotta hide. So, but anyway, before we get in the video, a few announcements real quick. Of course, make sure to like and subscribe, and also make sure to comment down below. Maybe you wanted to see something that wasn't in this video and you want to recommend it to people, whatever. But more importantly than all of that, we have over 190 members on the Discord. Right, freaking insane. We've legitimately become one of the bigger toy armymen communities on Discord. And that is awesome. And of course, we don't just talk about toy armymen over there. We talk about Lego. We talk about action figures. There's one gentleman who's been posting their dinosaur collection, which is freaking awesome. I love seeing those pictures. If you're watching this video, guy, I forgot your name. I'm sorry, but keep it up. I love it. But anyway, when we hit 200, I plan on doing something really special. I'm not sure what yet. We were talking about suggestions on the Discord. And of course, if you want to join that conversation, go on over and join. Link down below. But before we jump right into this video, I'm going to take a sip of my Crystal Light. Oh! Oh my god. Oh my god. That was so good. Oh my god. So in the number 5 spot, we have this APC. So this APC was made by Sunny Days Entertainment. It was part of that one military action figure line they have. I'll put a picture on the screen if I can find one. But yeah, it was part of this action figure set, and they were sold at Big Lots for a while, RIP Big Lots. And again, the action figures were about the size of this Master Chief I just happened to have. I'm not really like a Halo fan, but I found this guy for like $1, I think, somewhere. So I was just like, why not? But yeah, I just threw him in there just so you guys could see what the scale might have been like. And yeah, it's very nicely detailed, but more importantly, it's like the perfect scale for toy armymen. In fact, I think it's better scaled for toy army men than it is for action figures. So one of the things I talk about on my channel every now and then is, like, sometimes stuff, like when they design toys, whether it's army men, action figures, whatever, most toy brands will scale it a little smaller than what the figures actually are. And a great example of this would be like the Timmy tanks. So I'm gonna roll over here. Like, of course, a real patent tank is not nearly this small, but still, it's a fairly good size, and it looks half decent, but again, it's not necessarily 132. However, when they do action figure stuff, of course, it's going to be slightly smaller, and sometimes, like in this case, that makes it the perfect size for army men. And in the back, you got a little door that opens up so you can have a troop transport. And I really love this. I have 2 of these. And I remember I got them at Big Lots for like $10 each. And it came with a bunch of accessories too. Like these backpacks, if you don't like them, they come off. They're supposed to come off. Maybe not. Oh, here we go. Goodness. There we go. Yeah, as you can see. And you slide them in through the top right there. They have it come out of here. I've had this for like 4 years. So, but yeah, this is a great little toy APC, and you got a machine gun mount on the bottom. Of course, this little trapdoor might be a bit too big, but I'm sure you can figure it out. In fact, I'm gonna... There we go. And he kind of works in there. So yeah, the number 5 spot, this cool tan APC. So counting down from 5 to 4, we have a lot of Halo in here. The Pelican by Revell. So this was a model kit, and I love this kit because, unlike most model kits, it's a snap. As in, all the pieces snap together, so there's no glue, no sprues, nothing. And yeah, I have 2 of these. I got them years ago at Ollie's for $10 each, and the price on these has kind of skyrocketed last I saw. So that's kind of why it's higher up. But this is a great little vehicle, and it's not exactly to scale. Like, there's a guy right there. But, like, if you're into wargaming and you want, like, a ship to drop troops, like, for example, the core, those core army men by Leonard, this is great for that. Like, this is a great gunship, and of course, all these move, the wings move up and down, and of course, like you saw, this back door moves. There's no guns on it. Kind of a shame. I don't really know if that's the case in Halo, but you can also see there's a little Master Chief and then like a pilot dude up above him. So, and if you press this button, oh yeah, that's peak. Yeah, that's totally peak. I love collecting toys. But anyway, yeah, just a great little piece. And I think I've had these in the background of a video or 2 before, because I swear I've had some people ask me, Clay, where did you get that Pelican gunship? So my answer is Ollie's. Like I said, I found them for $10 each. I bought 2 at that time, and last time I saw these, they were like $100. So if you can find one for cheaper than that, obviously, if you're a big fan of Halo, this is a great little piece to have on your shelf. And also, like I said, I feel like these go great with Army Men, and I've had this for 5 years now, over that, and it's held together pretty well, except that right there. Apparently, I just now noticed that. So yeah, but for the most part, there we go, fixed. It's held together well, and it's super easy to put together. So in the number 4 spot, the Halo Pelican. So coming down to the middle, we have the anti-tank tank from the G.I. Joe Classified line. So, as you guys know, I collect G.I. Joe Classified. I'm a pretty big fan. I've been collecting it for about 2 years now. And it started out like I wasn't really a fan of G.I. Joe. Growing up, I watched the Michael Bay movies, but that was about it. And then, like, when I started getting into Star Wars action figures, I realized that a lot of classified figures at that time were going on sale and stuff, and I picked them up and I loved them. Now I've watched the old cartoon, and it just spiraled out of there. So I love G.I. Joe. And yeah, like I said, I'm a big fan of classified. It's arguably one of Hasbro's better action figure lines by right now. This last year has been really strong. Hasbro wise, like these last few waves of Star Wars Black Series have been really good, and the last few announcements for G.I. Joe Classified have been good. But anyway, he comes with this guy here. He doesn't come with this assault rifle. I just gave this to him. But yeah, and he's got a helmet. You can take that off. This has just become a classified review. But yeah, it's a nice little 2-pack, and they went on sale last year for dirt cheap. I think like under $20. So you can probably find this for relatively cheap now. Like, I think I've seen them at GameStop on sale for about 20 bucks too, but I'm going to set the action figure over here. And it also, I don't think it came with these right here to make it look like it's firing. I think I got that from my Bazooka Man dude, whose name I can't remember, and I feel ashamed. But anyway, these guys, this right here is perfect for Army Men. Like, I'm going to put more Mars figures around it, just so you see. But look at that. Isn't that just perfect? Like, it's about 132, so if you want, like, an like, a missile system for your Army dudes to just follow behind your tanks and stuff, that's great. So yeah, at number 3, this anti-tank weapon from Classified. And like I said, sometimes stuff for action figures goes super great with Army Men. So counting on down into the number 2 spot, we have the helicopter from the movie Avatar, whose name I forgot. I think this one is specifically called the Scorpion, because it's like an attack helicopter, and I think the other one, the bigger one, that's like a troop transport with the actual hangar in the back, I think that one's called like a Sam something. I cannot remember. But anyway, I know I'm a fake Avatar fan, sue me. But anywho, these were made by McFarlane Toys for when Avatar The Rise of Water came out the year before last, and I hope with this new Avatar 3 we're getting here this year, I hope we get more toys, because the toys were really good. Like, even the action figures were really good. I missed out on those. Like, nowhere near me sold those, so I didn't end up getting them. But anyway, other than that, I did get my hands on a bunch of these vehicles. And I love these. This is actually one of my favorite helicopters in, like, sci-fi. Or, like, just media in general. I have 2 of the Lego ones. Like, I bought the Lego set that this came in. That's the Lego version of this. And I bought a second separate loose helicopter. And they go great. Like, if you have, like, a Lego army, like me, I have, like, a Lego army custom I've been building. They go freaking amazing. So, and these right here, again, go great with Army Men. Like, they are exactly to scale. Like, they're a little bit smaller. They're more like 120. But still, for, like, think of how small Army Men helicopters have been forever. Like, for real. And yeah. Like, yeah. Like, think about how small those small, like, remember in those Imperial packages, those helicopters? I don't have one nearby me, but anyway. This is just great. It has tons of cannons and missiles and stuff. My only complaint is that this piece right here comes out way too easily, and it's also kind of fragile. You can see some white right there. So that's a problem. When these came out, they were like $25, and I remember I went and bought 1 or 2 of them then, and then like after that January, after the movie had come and gone, they dropped down to like $5 each. Even at Walmart, they were on clearance for like $5. So most definitely, I got like 2 more. I think I have 5 of these total. And yeah, I had one break. I have one downstairs in a box that's broken, like the back part broke. So that is kind of a shame. But other than that, they've all held up really well. In a bonus vehicle, I also got the Sea Wasp. So this was a new vehicle in Avatar 2. And on the bottom, it has tons of missiles. It has a minigun on the front. And yeah, it just looks really cool. It makes like a great support vehicle. Like if you have a gray army, you want vehicles for, and I'll try to get it all in. This is just a great gunship. Like, just a freaking awesome little piece. Like, I like Avatar because I love all the cool sci-fi military stuff in it. So, yeah, that tells you anything about the kind of person I am. But yeah, like, the first Avatar, when it came out, when I was a kid, I went from hating it to loving it to hating it when I was later in my teens and I was, like, snobby, theater major, super into cinema. And then I started loving it again when I got older, and now I love it, and I can't wait to go see the third one. So if you can find these for dirt cheap, which I bet if you look online, you can probably find them for like $10, $15, go ahead and pick them up, because they go great with Army Mid. So in our number 1 spot, we have the Micro Machines Bradley tank. So, and mine is broken. I actually have 2 of these. One of these I found, I think, at a flea market. The other one I got offline. But anyway, again, this is some Micro Machines, so that's why all of these like side panels and stuff come up, because there were supposed to be tiny vehicles that come out of this. And I think it came with like tiny little figures too. And this is like the inverse of what we've been talking about, where like you got stuff made for action figures that can scale well with Army Men. Now you have stuff that's made, weirdly enough, smaller for Army Men, that's supposed to be like super sized for its scale, which are just perfectly sized for Army Men. Like, we put some guys right next to it, just looks great. And I've been using these Mars figures for reference because they're nearby, and also like they're 132. But yeah, you get this thing in the back, so it's like a troop transport, and you can throw your Army Men in it, like if you want. And then there's a bunch of inner workings in the back. And then on the top, you not only have a machine gun, but you got some of these, so like, you might be able to wedge like one of those BMC or CTS tank guys right in there. And yeah, you can put a guy on the machine gun. In fact, I know for sure that, because I did this to be funny, you can fit a Lego minifigure in at least one of these. Not that one. There we go. Yeah, you can fit a Lego minifigure in that top panel right there. So that's really funny. But yeah, this is a great vehicle. But wait, I am not done, because a Chinese company made a knockoff of it. That is right. My machine gun on this one is unfortunately broke, but I got this one offline, and as you can see, this one has a full door. There's supposed to be a machine gun right there, but this thing was armed to the teeth. But yeah, these were sold with Army Men in like a bag. I've seen them online, and they go for pretty crazy money. I found this one online for like $15, so I got it because I thought it looked cool. And yeah, like, it's a great, again, a great Army Men vehicle, and it's a solid color for the most part. So yeah, it just looks, you know, really good with like your tanks and stuff. So that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I've been saying, I'm doing this kind of smaller, scaled back content because I'm in school right now. But yeah, let's go ahead and head over to the outro after I drink some Crystal Light. I really really hope you guys liked this video. I tried doing something a little bit different, and also we hadn't done top 5s in a while, so I'm really happy to go ahead and find a subject for that. As always, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Are there other vehicles that I forgot to mention, or maybe some gems that you have found while going to flea markets, or even just the clearance aisle at the retail store? Just let me know. And we got some really exciting news for our Discord. We are almost at 200 members. So if you're a fan of Discord, head on over, link down in the description. And once we hit 200, I'm going to do something really special for the Discord. So keep your eye out for that if you're already on there, or if you want to join. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you all so much. I'm the Plastic Commander. You're the Plastic Commander. Plastic Commander.
Mission accomplished. Well done, men. Pack it up. We're going home.